Here we go. GM Adrienne. Yeah, we're a little bit of a hot mess today, but it's because, oh, by the way, it's really funny. I started to text you and I just realized that the voice thing was on. So I'm just going to send you this whole thing because it was funny. Because it was just recording everything I was saying.
Thanks.
That I was saying to you. Yeah, so we're getting ready for CastOut. We have a lot of moving parts, and we'll talk all about that at around noon. We're going to jump into all things CastOut. Before that, we're going to do some Farcaster news. There's so much going on, and we're really excited to share all of this with you. So jump in. We're going to do some retweeting. We're going to do some of our notifications, and we will be back after, hold on, can't find my intro. After this intro, including from one of our sponsors of CastOut, Clanker. We'll be back in 66 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Prof and Adrienne, for another episode of GM Farcaster. This episode of GM Farcaster is powered by Clanker. Each Monday, we'll bring you the latest news from the Clanker team and highlight the builders innovating with Clanker and Farcaster. Visit clanker.world to launch your token and check out all the new features that Clanker V4 has to offer. Thank you, Clanker, for sponsoring GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Monday, November 3rd, and you are here with Prof and Adrienne for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day, plus the launch of CastOut. CastOut, our survivor-inspired game show / competition / insanity that we do a couple times a year. So here we go. Very excited. There's a lot of moving parts that are happening. A lot of things are happening behind the scenes. And yeah, so it's a lot. So we've been...
But it's going to be fun.
It's going to be so fun.
I was thinking about what Say Angel said on Friday, just like
yeah,
how underrated having fun is. And
totally.
Great timing, because the next 2 weeks will be fun.
So this is... CastOut IV, Return to Meme Coin Island, clank, clank. Clank, clank. And I'm really excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've been thinking about nothing else all weekend and for the past month leading up to this, but we'll jump into that in about 20-ish plus minutes. But before that, we need to talk about all the things. Oops, I got to change I have the wrong background. I need my Clanker background. Hold on. Okay, that's better.
While you're doing
Zora, that, we don't have access to Zora yet, first of all, so don't know. We'll let you know. But for now, we are on YouTube, Twitter, multiple places on Twitter. Retake and Pine Tree, and I don't know if I did retake right. I forgot to do that. I just realized as I'm saying it, I'm like, oh shoot, I was supposed to fix that. So we'll
talk to our producer. But I was just going to say that we don't do technically GM Zora, but I think Zora is so kind of in the neighborhood that we end up talking about Zora a lot. So
we do. We always have, and we've early on that was the only place you could have watched our show, our recordings after the fact. So we've been long Zora supporters. We're not live on Zora yet for their live stream. All right. So let's jump in to the news. because we've got lots of things going on. Oops, I jumped ahead. Let's go back. First thing I want to just mention, this is not Farcaster specific, but might impact a lot of folks, was the exploit at the DeFi protocol balancer. Was over 100 million stolen. I think it's even higher right now. They were hacked, major cyber attack, and there's a lot of things happening with that. There's a lot of sort of dominoes to that, or contagion sometimes is what they call, where you have Barachain that had to shut down. You have a lot of people kind of moving some things around. So just be aware that if you have, even if you're like, I don't even know what balancer is, it may still impact something else you're using. So just keep an eye on that. If you have any issues, just keep an eye on the balancer comms. They do have a Discord as well. And just be aware that that is happening. So very scary. This is not a new protocol at all. This has been around since 2020. Long time, audited 5 times, like all of the things. So it's a little disconcerting, if you will. Even if you weren't directly impacted, it's still not great to see. So be safe out there, folks. This from our friend Brad Q to get us started. 29 seconds of Farcaster. What did you miss this weekend? A big drop in Clanker price this weekend. Some saying the FC acquisition hype dropped off. Some concerned about Clanker nurturing the whole Clanker eco. And others saying nothing has changed and it's an opportunity to get in at 80 and be part of the journey. My take is it's a little bit of all those things, but mostly you saw it go from, I don't know, where was it before the acquisition was announced, like 27, 28, and it zipped up to 120. So, it should have been expected there would be some kind of, balancing out.
Go back to normalizing once
normalizing. Yeah. So that's not that surprising. But also very bullish on Clanker. So I wouldn't, take too much into that. I really think it was more of like an adjustment. Nice to see continuing on with Brad Q. Nice to see Acid Test podcast back from Chime, our friend Matthew, with guests Say Angel, and even cooler to hear the lore from Patricia X. Lee about the struggle for Acid Test to make enough money to pay for the production. And this episode brought in 4K. So that's great to see. Also on the token front, and we'll talk more about all these things, a fair bit of talk about app coins and meme coins and whether we should favor one or the other. If there is a place for both in the eco, of course there is. Also, there was an issue with buying Fey. We'll talk about that in the Warplet that caused some serious money lost. Been resolved, and you can chase down the reasons, but seems like something we should all be aware of. We are still in the wild, wild west, so don't get comfortable. Zenny.eth or Zenny.eth built a fun Warplet space spinoff that gives you 8 friends as Warplets that people seem to enjoy this weekend. Halloween fun on the timeline included Bertworth dressing up as his PFP, not to mention Debbie as Marjo, Moon Poppy as Scooby-Doo, and Erica as the Devil. We're all fire. And we'll be, of course, diving into a lot of these things. And I'm just going to start here because, it's a wiener dog wearing a dog, as is required by all wiener dogs their first Halloween. So you may not be aware, but that was my wiener dog down there on his first Halloween. So thank you, Bert, for always keeping the fun on the timeline. This from DWR, now up to 52,000 pro subscribers, plus 70% increase since Monday, 270% increase since last week. That was crazy, and mostly driven by people wanting to mint their Warplets. Go figure. While you're here, maybe check out the wallet and realize that you have really good access to some, very cheap swaps.
I saw so many questions on Twitter about like, why would someone pay? What is pro $120?
Yeah,
like,
but you can do it by month
to mint an NFT. I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. You could also do it just monthly, which is what I did for our CastOut account. I gifted from my account to the CastOut account 1 month so that we could mint it. And then it was ugly. So what are you going to do? I had to do it. This from V, new deposit with debit card. We forgot to talk about this last week, so wanted to just mention tap deposit debit card to add funds to your Warplet today. You may need to restart a few times to see this option. Please reply with any bugs you find. I'll send you $5 for unique bug reports with helpful screenshots or videos. So there you go. So if you do not, this is good. I actually do think that Farcaster's wallet is really good for newbies. So I do think this is helpful. If you are brand new to crypto, might be a good way to onboard. This from Varun also, this caused some controversy. New dark mode, light mode selectors. Starting today, you'll be able to choose whether the app starts in light mode, dark mode, or respects your OS settings. The default will be set to dark mode, but you can change it. This is an improvement from today where we only let you follow your OS settings. So a lot of people jumped in and this dark mode just appeared, as did happen to me. And I've seen it a few times where people just freaking out, like, what is this? Even Lamb Chop today, which was really funny. And then somebody asked, V said, why did we default to dark mode? Because it's better. It's a matter of opinion, sir. It's a matter of opinion.
Farcaster is an opinionated protocol, opinionated client.
It's very opinionated. I immediately switched mine, but I just went right to the settings before even seeing this because I figured that was the case. So there you go. Should have said while you're here, check GM Farcaster out. Yeah, that too. While you're here, that too. Moving on. This from Deployer. Clanker coming off post-acquisition hype. If Clanker is going to win, it needs to bolster its ecosystem. Look at virtuals. It's the ecosystem that makes it what it is. If Clanker just becomes the Farcaster token launcher without nourishing the rest of the eco, it's game over. In other words, community is everything. So thinking about, and I know they already are thinking about this, but just haven't really said their approach to this. But I know that they are looking at ways to support, especially the larger projects that have had some success on Clanker. So like Banker, like Bracky, all those other ones. So better, I better say better. Toadie's going to get mad. Be like, you were right there. You said the other two B's. I could literally just hear him in my head. I better just say it. Anyway, so I know that this is something they're talking about. Dan mentioned this too when we asked him about what was going to happen with the other projects' fees. Were they going to burn them? Were they going to, what they were going to do? And I know that's something that they are thinking about and being very intentional. And I'm sure we'll hear more about that very soon. This also from DWR, a reminder, if you're launching a mini app plus Clanker, please reach out to me ahead of time. I'd like to help, and then Linda has said this as well. I'd like to help your launch be as successful as possible. When you DM me, please be clear. One sentence pitch on what you're building, the date you plan to launch, extra points if you send a less than 60-second Loom demo of your product. Less than 60 seconds. Like, don't, he's giving you get 2 minutes total. He's going to read this stuff. He's going to watch your less than 60-second demo, and that's all you're getting. The man is busy. Just so, this is true elevator pitch territory here, guys.
But he wants to help. And if you do get his help, your launch will be like infinitely more successful, I think, having the Farcaster behind you. So
yeah, you definitely want to have these conversations for sure. This from Toady Hawk sharing something from Twitter /X from the Wales intern. Farcaster, the airdrop you don't want to miss. And it goes into a lot of things. Why watch it? All the different things that are happening. The playbook. Use Farcaster daily. Try mini apps. Build a social graph. Connect a wallet. Yes, you should do all those things. But also, what airdrop? Like, you guys are just making stuff up now. again, last Monday when we had Dan on here, he said very clearly, there's no token coming. There's no other token coming. And actually, with the acquisition of Clanker, they're going to put energy into the Clanker token. And so just, FYI, there's no token coming anytime soon. Is it ever
that will not stop anyone, Prof.
No.
Okay, the people you're trying to talk to are not listening to you.
Listening at all. They're not listening at all. And
they're not on the GM Farcaster stream right now.
We've literally told you this many, many times. And you will not listen. As I spill water down my shirt.
I did check some of the bios of some of my new followers on Farcaster.
Oh, how are they?
And I got some that just put Airdrop Hunter in. I got Airdrop Hunter.
At least they're being honest. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. If you are an Airdrop Hunter, we'll still, we love having you here. We're glad you're here. We just want you to set your expectations appropriately and know that, but yes, you should be here every day. We love that. We love that for you. This from 0x Spencer. 2 things I hate while creating mini apps: generating 20 images with different aspect ratios, validating manifests. So I built a tool that does both, free to use, a web first tool, but had to include mini app functionality. Of course, let me know if you find it useful or if I should add features. I have not tried this, but I thought this was interesting. And I know that also Naynar is doing some things around this and doing some work around making this a little easier as well. Did you check this out at all?
I haven't checked this out. Farcaster also has a manifest validator. And I know Base put out an app that helps with creating different images, although I don't think you can do your custom ones. I think it's more like they'll help you create images in the right aspect with like a
making sure you have
color,
the right,
like a color and the right logo, like just like generic ones. Okay. So I think a lot of people are trying to help make it easier. I also think generating images with different aspect ratios is the
pain in the ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not fun. Not fun.
Not fun. And for Base tools, where do you find all that information? Where's the best place to go for those things?
You just have to watch our show. You just have to watch our show every minute of it and take your own notes.
There you go.
It's the feed. I mean, like it was Base casted it. It's a mini app. I mean, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. But I know I should grab those again and just slide them in here.
No, right. But it changes all the time and it may or may not be updated. So that, I mean, people have always been looking for kind of like the end all be all. Just give me the directory of like current dev tools, but they're constantly changing and it changes too fast. So.
Okay. But that would be useful. That would be useful. Or maybe even just a channel with all the tools in there would be helpful. Okay. So want to talk a little bit about Fey Protocol because we had some issues with warplets over the weekend due to this. So just to kind of get folks situated, Fey Protocol is going to be a new token launcher that is being released by Wiz and Atera. This is the Fey Protocol official account. So this is where you want to get your information, just FYI. So here's what happened last week. They had what they called a token ceremony that was for early network participants. Just disclaimer, I am one of those early network participants and have put some funds into Fey. I've known Wiz for a very long time, so just FYI on that. This is not an endorsement. I'm not saying you should buy this, not saying you should use this, just FYI. So here's what happened. So they had this initial contribution that went, and then the next day, I think it went, or 2 days later, no, the next day, it went live to public so that anyone could purchase Fey. There were issues with the Uniswap hooks, I think it was, because, and the matcha hooks as well, the 0x, it was 0x hooks. So it caused an issue where there were folks trying to swap, but there was no liquidity. They were using the wrong pools. if you went directly to the website, there were no issues. It was only when you were using the mini app, because the mini app was reaching into the wrong pools. Something didn't get set correctly. So they did say everywhere, please go to Fey.money. If you don't, there could be losses due to slippage, but it was also because of illiquidity. Okay, so that happened. This was super, let me go back here first. This was super helpful from Horsefacts. He did this very long post cast for slippage versus price impact and what that means. And this is super helpful. It talks about liquidity as well. And what does this mean? I'm going to just read this last part. It's very long, but just kind of, I think this is helpful. What does this mean for my bags? If you're swapping, always look at the quoted amount you receive before you swap. This is the most important number on the screen, and this is where you'll see any potential price impact. If the amount you get back is much lower than the amount you are swapping, your trade has high price impact and you probably should not proceed. 2, if you're trying to buy or sell a token with a fast-moving price on an L1 with slow blocks, you may need to adjust slippage. This used to be a big issue on Ethereum mainnet when new projects would launch, especially NFT projects, and people are trying to get them. It was a whole nightmare, and that's why you'd pay this like crazy amount in gas. 3, always pay attention to available liquidity as it impacts 1 and 2. Brand new and obscure tokens are much more likely to have low liquidity. This is why their prices are often more volatile. You can see liquidity under stats on the token screen. So that is helpful. This also from Horsefacts, by the way. Novel Uni V4 hooks are kind of a mess for everyone right now. Wallets, aggregators, launchpads, and the users caught between all 3. We are on both sides of this with Farcaster Wallet and Clanker. Hooks shouldn't be scary. They're, in fact, very cool and powerful. But right now, it's too hard to launch with a custom hook and too hard for some important infra to support them. We will have to solve some of these problems together. And then congrats to Fey Protocol on the launch. So what had happened, just PSA, because the token launched with custom hooks, aggregators are routing most swaps through an illiquid pool. They did move pretty quickly when they saw the issue, and Farcaster disabled buy-side quotes for this token in the Farcaster wallet at that time, and then please be careful in other wallets. Same issue was happening in Rainbow. This was not a Farcaster wallet issue. It was happening at a larger issue. And then we had this from Will Warren from 0x and Matcha. Inbound requests for custom hook support have greatly exceeded the 0x team's capacity to field them in a timely fashion. We are taking the following steps: hiring senior engineer, liquidity integrations, hiring senior engineer, DEX routing, streamlining the process for requesting custom hook support. So that's good to know as well. So a lot kind of came out of that. There was a lot of, I feel like it was one of those really good learning moments. Like it sucks because I saw some people who lost significant funds. Like it may not be significant to them, but it would definitely was significant to me. And I felt like they rolled with it pretty well, but I would have been a lot more upset. But I feel like it led to some really good learning in terms of slippage, liquidity, all these different things, custom hooks. I didn't know what any of that was. So that was really, really helpful, I think, in terms of that. But sorry, it came at the expense of Oxen and some other folks. That really sucks. That really sucks. I'm really sorry.
Naming names.
Yeah. Well, I felt bad. I'm like, oh, yeah. Oxen. That sucks. So yeah, I hated to see that on the timeline. All right, a few more things, a few more notes, and then I've got some builder news too. This from Tanis, this was a nice little copy pasta quote cast situation. I use my Farcaster wallet as my normal wallet now. And that went back and back and back. And I actually find myself using it a lot more as well. And I even used it for a funny reason, is I couldn't figure out, I was looking for the best way to swap WETH, wrapped ETH, to USDC on Base. And I literally was like, this shouldn't be this hard. And I was like, oh, I'll just send it to the Farcaster wallet. And that was the cheapest way to do it, was just send it over there and do it rather than swap it anywhere else. Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy. I was like, okay, guess that's what I'm doing. And no problem, 2 seconds and 0 fee. I was like, okay, yeah, amazing. That was the way to go. So it's, yeah. And I was like, I'm like, I can't believe I'm sending this to a whole other wallet to do this, but it was going to save me quite a bit. So it was worth it. This from Say Angel. I now have plenty of proof that all of Farcaster is extremely active on weekend nights, contrary to popular belief. This was in response to all of Farcaster is live casting the World Series, Game 7 in particular. Everybody was in there chatting, and I should have been paying closer attention because I would have sold my Blue Jays a lot sooner had I been live casting in there, I suppose. And speaking of Say Angel, more Warplet fun. This was the top 8 Warplet space generated by my Farcaster social graph. Who's in your top 8? And this was really fun. I have some, of course, Adrienne, you were number 1 there. But also what I really liked was that they used the protocol follower number.
Wow, you have a lot of followers, 89,000.
Really, it's my worth. It's not my worth. I'm kidding. This was Warplet Scan from Furlarami. Got a major upgrade, filter by 13 trait categories, search by trait, quick action menu, stats page, mobile optimized UI, and now as a Farcaster mini app. This is a really fun one. So thank you for that. We've continued to have some fun with Warplets. What is World Series? Nothing important anymore.
Major League Baseball, I think.
Major League Baseball, you think?
It's
over. It doesn't matter. It's all over. It's the thing I lost some bracky on, is what it is. All right, we have some builder and base fun that I need to bring up. Working on that right now. And then we're going to dive into all things CastOut, and we're going to be a little bit behind. Sorry, we've got a couple more things to chat about. This from Zoe on base. Come on, show it. Ding ding, we've been cooking. Notifications analytics is live. Now you can track subscribers, measure CTR, and test different notification strategies to see what actually works. So this is for the base app mini apps. So they had added notifications a couple weeks ago, and this gives you a little bit more information about those notifications so you can make your choices on that. So, and there's a little video here from our friend Zoe. This from Wilson Cusack. Come on. I know what it says, but I don't want to I'd rather just read it, Wilson. The base team is on an offsite, and this is what this is about. So if you have suggestions regarding base, you're going to want to drop them here if this ever will pop up. This will be in our show notes, so you can jump in and comment on Wilson's post.
And Jesse casted Jesse casted the same thing today, so you can get into his replies as well. They're looking for, just feedback, things they should keep start, stop, keep doing.
Yeah, things like that. And especially if you're building any mini apps too, I think that is really important to let them know any issues that you're seeing. But if you're building anything on base, I should say, anything on base, definitely jump in there and let them know. I don't know why this still will not load. There we go. There we go. Heading to base 2026 planning on site. Hit me up with your stop, start, continue for base in 2026. So there it is. So go hit them up. And also, if you look through some of the replies, it's good to see, if you have a +1 on something, add that in there. I'm sure that's helpful when they're thinking through planning for next year. This from Lemone, Mini Apps 101 by Builder's Garden and Irby ETH in Buenos Aires before DevConnect. Learn how to design, build, and distribute mini apps across Farcaster and Base seamlessly embedded in feed and in chat through XMTP. November 14th, 3 to 7 p.m. So if you are interested in that and you're going to be at DevConnect, go check that out. And this also regarding DevConnect, if you're coming for a DevConnect later this month, we're hosting a small interface gathering on November 20th. So if you're going to be there, definitely jump in and go hang out with Anushka and the interface team, who we love. They're awesome. We've had some cool little things pop up over the weekend that are really fun. This from our friend Mike. Over 100 wish lists have been created on wishlist.holiday. I have been using custom wish list app. That's hard to say. For the past few years with family and friends, this app has made our holiday gifting way easier, and now it's available for everyone. So you can check this out. And also there was a token that launched with it called Wish that was popping off. So that was a lot of fun to see. And you can go check out your wish lists. And if you know somebody on here who might be creating a wish list, there you go. I think minted merch is also included on there. So you can add minted merch to your wish list. This from Ben Broad, our friend B Broad, just signed up for Bad Traders competition. The worst trader wins a share of trading feeds. You need 1 million plus tokens, the bad traders token, to compete. So this they just launched, I think yesterday is when I saw it. And I haven't even added it yet. So you can compete for, if you are a trader who can't trade, here you go. This is the place for you. I'm like, finally, a competition I could win. Fantastic. This from our friend Chris co-created. Every warplet in the largest piece I've made, 49,152 warplets in a 180 megabyte image. I heard from too many people who got missed, so we're doing it for the whole warplet community. He had done a version of this earlier last week. Free SD mint, limited HD edition, open for 48 hours only. Allow list price for everyone who bought the HG version last week. And I give you, we cast warplets 49K. So this is really fun. If you're not familiar with Chris Co-Created's work, he's done this a few different times with different images. Sometimes it's been degen, sometimes it's been the arch, all different things. And this one is the warplets. So very fun. I love this. And if you zoom in, you will find your warplet. I did find mine in the second row. So very exciting. This happened last week, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it. This is from Bizarre Beasts. They won the DCP grant. So this is very exciting, from Decentralized Pictures Award for Base Creators, landing an award of $1,000 in funding. They were ranked #1 because of the Bizarre community, 150,000 total gameplays, 5,800 token holders. And this recognition continues to confirm the strength of our artist-led, community-first Bizarre ecosystem on Base. And Bizarre Beast has been really good at using tools on Farcaster like Empire Builder. So go check them out. Really cool stuff they've been doing. So congrats to them and that community. This from JC4P. He did a live stream last week on Zora. And also talked about Zora live streaming and the tokens, et cetera, and kind of looking at that data and analysis. And sort of here was the summary of this and some of the graphs. It pays, number one, it pays to be a builder, especially if you're an established one. 2, creatives are most likely to break away from the mold and make more. And then 3, you can make money without being super popular on FC, at least. I don't know about their IG followers. So he kind of broke this down into different categories of creators, builders, influencers, things like that. And sort of dove into how are they doing when they stream and how are their tokens doing. So interesting research there. And then lastly, from Patricia X. Lee, This was the discussion she had about with Chime about acid test 5 days ago. I asked Chime if there was anything we fans could do to convince him to bring acid test back. His answer was may bring it back eventually, and explained the revenue from the episodes was not enough to produce the show. 2 days ago, he cast Who's Up and wants to listen to something weird. Then yesterday, he posted the first acid test episode after a 4-month hiatus. In 24 hours, it earned the equivalent of 7 straight weeks on the leaderboard. It is the highest earning episode yet. I'm pointing this number out because I have cast about the leaderboard several times, encouraging people to think outside its zero-sum box, but I'm not sure if the message has fully landed because I still get asked for advice on how to climb the leaderboard. So here's my advice again. Ignore the leaderboard. Present it to you and create your own, where the rewards are intrinsic and infinite. Connect with people who genuinely interest you, not targeting individuals to boost your engagement. That's really important, by the way. It usually backfires. If it's obvious that you're just trying to get me to engage with you, there's a really good chance I'm going to ignore you. Follow the call of your weirdness, even when you don't know who or what you'll find when you get there. Limit the time between your idea and your experiment so you don't overthink your way into not creating. Have fun. What Say Angel has been saying all along. Money is an expression of energy. When do you feel most high energy? When you're having fun. Start there and see what happens. So very fun. Excited to see Chime back with that. And I love it. Acid test. It's really a great listen. So if you haven't checked it out, go look for the app. I think it was trending towards the top there in the list, but you can just search acid test and you'll find it, or it was actually featured. It was in the featured. So go check that out. Add the mini app in case he decides to continue on, and give it a listen. All right. Adrienne, did I forget anything else that we needed to talk about before we dive in?
You just covered a million things.
A million things. Before we switch gears to cast out, I just want to make sure.
No, a million things.
Okay.
A
million. It's been crazy. There's been a lot going on. There's just a lot happening per usual over on Farcaster. If you are listening or watching this elsewhere and somewhere else, if you are watching on Twitter and you're not already on Farcaster, come join us. It's a lot of fun. And I'm not going to even mention the farming of people. But here's I'm going to throw the QR code. Oh,
we
both are doing the same thing at the same time.
Get your hands off my control panel. I've done nothing today. Let me press a button. Anyway,
I was like, let's put this up real quick. Come join us. Come join us over on Farcaster. And one of the things we do over on Farcaster is something called Cast Out. So we're going to talk about that. I am going to hide this for a second while I put this overlay up. So this is what we're going to switch to next. It is Cast Out IV, Return to Meme Coin Island. This is our 4th season. I'm very, very excited. Oops, I got to get rid of this logo so you can see the splits logo there. Very excited for this. And thank you. First off, let's thank our sponsors. And we have Splits, Clanker, Purple, and Aptos. Clanker was our first title sponsor, so we branded it all about them. So it is Return to Meme Coin Island. Clank.
Are you saying it pays to be early?
Pays to be early. It really, really does. There you go. That's what I was waiting for. So we are going to dive into all the things Cast Out, and I want to kind of set the stage and let you know. So this takes a crazy amount of work to organize that I can't even quite I need to get a better handle on explaining that. And I also start to question my sanity as I'm doing some of these things and going, why am I doing this again? Because most of the funds that come in go into the prize pool. So there's a little bit that's coming to us, but I'm telling you the amount of work doesn't even touch it. We're not hitting minimum wage here. But we love it. It's a great opportunity for us to highlight, show off all the things that are happening on Farcaster and create a fun thing for people to play together, do things together. They get to bond. They get to know new people that they may not have met before, who are on Farcaster, and it's just really, really fun. So let's jump in here. We have our CastOut channel and our CastOut mini app. So first off, like add the mini app. You can link it right there. You can go right to the website if you want, or you can click on one of the embeds and just open up the mini app within Farcaster.
Linda, $10.
I
You can
know.
search. There's a search in the mini apps on the
You can
mobile,
search.
at least on mobile. If you go to the mini apps and just search CastOut, find the mini app and add it.
There you go. And it's going to have everything that you need to know right here. You can follow along. This will actually show you the channel highlights. You can find the contestants. We're going to talk about them in just a moment. You'll find the challenges when they open will be here, so you can follow along. The buff token, you can go right to the buff token page. Buff is the token that we launched for this season. There's also a CastOut token. If you're holding CastOut, you're going to be getting a little bit of buff sent to you as well. So that is coming shortly. I was having a little bit of an issue. I was trying to do it through Empire and just need to get one more thing situated so I can do that. We also have some merch. We have some merch with, we have some on our gmfarcaster.shop, but we also have minted merch capsule collection. So you can check that out. And if you are holding 25, I have to spin. I haven't spun today. If you're holding, I think it's 20, it's not going to spin for me because I'm not logged in. I'm not logged in. Anyway, if you're holding 25 million buff token, which is about $5-ish, you're going to get 20% off your CastOut purchases for the capsule collection. So I'd recommend checking that out first before you buy. If you are interested, we've got hats, shirts, and buffs. We've got the buffs. We've got the bandanas, and I'm very excited. Mine have not arrived yet. Yours have arrived, and mine haven't arrived.
And I have, yeah. I gotta just, I'll switch up my outfits every day. Today, we're just getting the t-shirt.
I've got a couple t-shirts. I've got a hat coming. I've got like multiple bandanas. I'm just waiting. Super cute. Very excited. I love the buffs. There's been some fun photos. Let me pull them up. Here they are. We've had a few people sporting the merch in the CastOut channel. This is Burr from the Better Clanker tribe, and Cat Cartel of Mint and Merch, also on the Better Clanker tribe, rocking and ready. And also, have you noticed that like these people are like this is going to be a really fun season. They've already got videos going. Like it's already getting crazy. It's already getting wild. All right, so that's the mini app. And then we have our players. So by the way, yeah, check your wallets. If you are a GM Farcaster hyper sub holder, if you're an active Cup OGMC holder, you just got an airdrop yesterday, as well as there's one that you can claim that's streaming. You were having issues with the mini app, doing some things. How's that going? All good?
Don't worry about it. The mini app as it existed is perfectly functional and it works. And I'm going to be starting to reveal the contestants are there. We're going to start revealing challenges as they come out. But you can't watch the live stream on the mini app yet because when we first built it, you told me I didn't need to do that. And then I woke up this morning and I'm like, we really need to do it. So I started adding it and it's not working.
I was trying to keep it simple. So it's like they can just watch in the GM Farcaster. There's a lot of places to watch.
Yeah, it'll get added before tomorrow.
Keep it simple. So here's the other big thing. So there's 7 tribes. Actually, let me talk about the players first, and then we'll talk about Bracky. There are 7 tribes with 5 players on each tribe. So it is, it's getting a little crazy. But we have a really fun bunch that are ready to play. and we did a whole thread that goes into all of the players, which I'm trying to bring up right now, if it will just come up for me. And it goes into all the different players on the different tribes and what they bring to the table. We did have some help from Nanar AI, was very helpful here in rounding this out, but also a little bit of my own personal analysis at the beginning as well. So this will give you all the different tribes. All the tribes are named for one of our 4 sponsors, but then they have a little twist of their own. So we do have the Aptos 1 tribe, which I don't think they gave us any funky name yet. I think we're still waiting. Like, all right, guys, get it together. This is Really Real, Jits to Undefined, and Kyle Patrick, and they may have a secret advisor in JC, who was last year's winner, who's helping them along here. They're going to be interesting. I think they're going to be one to watch for sure. So definitely, we'll see how they do. Kyle was a really good player on the Purple Tribe last year, so he's played before. So we'll see how this goes. Then we have the Aptos 2 tribe, the network, aka Apt, Shoulders, Knees, and Toss, which I liked better than the network, but it's their choice.
I like the network.
Network's easier to say.
It's cleaner.
It's cleaner. And this is Ivan, Gurang, Ritalian, Big Tone, and 10x Chris. Rounding it out, they're all new to playing CastOut. Ritalian, we know, is a regular viewer of GM Farcaster. That's going to be super helpful. And all of them are pretty active on Farcaster, so they should do well. Then we have the Clanker 1 tribe, aka Clanker Scum. We have Degen Communist, The Dude, Ice Toad, Ali Barising, and Offline. And this one's going to be a strong team. Just saying. Like, this tribe is going to be tough to beat. They've got a lot of talent. They are dialed in, and they're gonna be one to watch for sure. So do not sleep on Clanker Scum. Then we have the Better Clanker tribe, who is currently, I'll just say, trending as number 1. Oh, a Libra Rising. Thank you. Struggling with the names. Then we have the Better Clanker tribe, Clanker 2, with Burr, Plants, Tracy It, Cat Cartel, and Warp Cost. So everyone but Cat was on the winning tribe last year. JC ended up being the sole winner, the way we play the last final challenge, but they've all were on the winning tribe. So they took it all the way to the end there. So just be aware. And they are currently sort of trending as the number 1 odds favorite. And then we have, moving on to our purplets. This is the Purple Tribe. We've got Jackie, Swarthy Hatter, Jose Cabrera, Yerberserker, and Push, who's been doing our clips and who's been amazing with that. You've got Jackie, who's also very artistic. You've got a couple people who are community builders. So we've got a really interesting combo here of builders and artists. They're going to be, I think, really one to watch as well. These tribes are all great. They really are. Then we have Splitzau, and Zal is the head of this one. He sort of pulled this tribe together. We have Mumbo Vibes, Nahanji, Danasy, and Candy Toy Box. So they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. I know Ohanji, I know I'm saying that wrong, has been tuning into GM Farcaster. So they are going to be prepped and ready. Other ones are sort of newish to Farcaster, so that'll be interesting to see if maybe they bring something a little different to the table. So this will be a fun tribe. They're going to work really well together. They already know each other. So I have a feeling as a tribe, they're going to be pretty well connected. And we'll see where they go from there. Onaji. Thank you. Thank you for the I think I appreciate
Onaji.
Onaji. Onaji. I appreciate the assistance in the chat. And then we have splits 2. This is Lickety Splits, Z Willow, 6 Bazinga, Aqueous, Terracola, and Geez Mike is making up this tribe. And we have a few veterans with 6 Bazinga and Jesse or Z Willow. And then the rest are newbies to cast out. But this will be a fun gaming tribe. We got a lot of poker players in here. And the funny thing was G's Mike was like, wait, I got picked? What am I doing here? What's going on? I'm like, you applied? He's like, how did I get here? Something like that. And I'm like, you applied to play? He's like, oh, but I didn't think you were going to pick me. I'm like, yeah, we picked you. So there you go. There's a lesson there. Apply, but also check back. So you can learn all about all the players. There's lots of detailed info here. I would say read this first before you jump into Bracky. So we do have a market for the cast out game. So you can go buy shares of the tribes and play along. So hopefully this is going to be, I feel like we're going to hit a really good stride with this year. Bracky's got some info, sometimes not always accurate. But most of the time, pretty good with his analysis. And it was funny, his response to you when you were asking just to test. And he was basically like, go away, insider. You be caballing. I think you're muted. So that was pretty funny. She's like, can I just insider trade in peace, please?
I was just testing the mini app flow and seeing if Bracky would answer. And Bracky was right. I have some inside information.
It's true.
I'm in all the group chats. I'm in all the islands.
She's on all the islands with me. So the way this works, so that everybody understands sort of how does cast out work. Cast out is going to be a series of challenges Monday through Thursday of the next 2 weeks. So the first challenge will launch today at 1 p.m. We're going to talk about that in just a moment and tell you what that first challenge is. It's also, you're going to see everything open up within the mini app as well. So after each challenge is announced on our GM Farcaster stream or our cast out stream, you will then see it open up in the app, in the mini app, and it will also be dropped to all the islands. Each tribe has a group chat, which we call their island, and that's where they're primarily coordinating, but we know they have secret group chats as well. And there's a couple different aspects to this. There are challenges where they might be able to win a reward, might be able to win immunity, and then there are votes. So what's going to happen with this first challenge, there will be no vote. After this first challenge, it will come after the second challenge. So today is going to be a reward challenge plus an advantage for the tribe that wins. They will get an advantage in tomorrow's challenge. So they'll get a little bit of a head start on tomorrow's challenge. So that's going to be the prize for today. And I'll explain that challenge in just a moment. So each day we'll be announcing what the next challenge is Monday through Thursday this week. And we'll have the days that we don't have a GM Farcaster show, we'll have a special cast out show. So tomorrow at noon we'll be on. We'll tell you who won the challenge from today, and we'll announce the next challenge for the tribes. Some of these challenges you may be able to influence as either if you're holding buff or if you're just playing along. So you'll see how those unfold. If you've been here before, you know some of those things where you have an opportunity to vote on something or to interact on something. And then also with the Bracky market, you'll be able to buy shares of your favorite tribe and hopefully win along with them. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Adrienne, do you think they're ready for the first challenge? Should we announce it? I have to pull one thing up. I just realized I didn't pull the one thing up that I need to show.
Wait, what does everybody think the first challenge is going to be?
That's what I was going to say. I was going to ask chat, what do you think it's going to be? Give us an idea here. Ooh, I know where I want to go. I want to go to this. I will tell you this much. We have done this challenge before. This is our favorite first challenge that we like to do, except we had, this is the thing that I say there's a lot going on in the background, because this challenge was not operational until we begged. Until we begged Horsebacks to bring back Yoink. Yoink has been down for like a month, and it's back. So the tribes are going to be yoinking, and we've done this in a bunch of different ways before, but we're going to do it this way this time. I have set various timers on my phone. I'm going to hit various timers at different times, and when I go and yoink the flag from whoever's holding it, that tribe will win a point. So you're going to want to just be yoinking all the time, but also make sure you're not yoinking away from your fellow tribe mate, because that's not going to be helpful at all. So be aware of who's on your tribe. Don't yoink for them. For those of you who are not on a tribe, guess what? You can also yoink. You can also play along. And if I yoink from you and you're not on a tribe, you're going to get 1 million buff from me. So either if you're on a tribe, you're going to get a point for your tribe. If you're not on a tribe, you're going to get 1 million buff from me, which is like the equivalent of like $1. So don't get too excited. But I'm going to send it your way. So you can be sort of disturbing the yoinkers and the tribes if you want. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you'll find this frame. I'm going to drop it into all the group chats. We're not going to officially start until 1 p.m. Eastern, so about 30 minutes from now. I'll also have it pinned in the CastOut channel for anyone who's looking for it, and yoink away. So yoink, if you're not familiar, was the first frame or one of the first frames, and then became one of the early mini apps where you're essentially playing capture the flag. You're just yoinking it from whoever's holding that flag. And in this case, you're trying not to yoink from your fellow tribe mates, but also you want to be holding the flag when I come yoink it from you. So that's what we're going to do today. And it's going to be running from 1 p.m. Eastern until 10 p.m. Eastern, yoink away. So not 24 hours. I only did that once and never again. Sorry.
There are people who have a disadvantage depending on time zone, though.
True. Very true.
So, but you know what?
And that will happen on occasion.
Set an alarm.
Set an alarm. Set an alarm. It does. This game tends to be advantageous if you're in European time zones or US Eastern. It starts to get a little more challenging. It's okay for West Coast as well. The further west you go, the more challenging it becomes. So just heads up. Today's most of the other challenges are, there's a couple that are specific times, but most of the time there's they can coordinate without it being time sensitive. So, but today we start with the yoink. So yoink away. If you're not familiar, let me just show you how this works. You just click here. You're going to yoink the flag. Your wallet's going to pop up. You'll need to sign. Hold on. I wasn't logged in. It keeps saying gives me alerts. It's very weird. And then it says it's fine. Oh no, it didn't work. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Let me see if it's working. It might have just been slow. Yeah, it's fine. It's working. I've got the flag. All right, there we go. I've got the flag. All good. I now have the flag, so you can come yoink it for me. All right, so that's going to be today's challenge. The tribe with the most points will win 25 million buff token each, plus an advantage in tomorrow's challenge. So that's what you're playing for. Castaway's ready. Go. Not yet. 1 o'clock. All right. I'm excited. If you're in the I yoinked from you. Oh, that's funny. Sorry. If you are one of the players and you're in the chat, let me know if you have any questions. This is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of different fun throughout the week. I'm very excited. I feel like this week I've got dialed in very well. Next week I still have things I'm finalizing, but there's a lot of different moving parts. So we've got the mini app, we've got the live streams, we've got all the challenges. I'm managing questions within the 7 different group chats with the tribes, plus things we're doing with the channel, plus Bracky, plus coordinating with various projects to give them a heads up when we're using their game. Or also, we spent a lot of time begging Horsefax to bring back Yoink. It was a significant amount of time, which included an in-person begging session. So there's a lot going on. A lot of coordination going on.
He was not, by the way, he was very happy to do it.
I know. It was just, he's just busy. Like, it was hard to like get his attention on it because he's busy. He's got a lot on his plate, more every day, I feel like. So we thank you. We love you, Horsefax, for bringing this back. Everybody wanted this back, including people who have nothing to do with CastOut. They just wanted to yoink. They like to yoink. It's really funny. There's a lot of people who just like to yoink. So they're very happy to have it back. All right. Now we run buff to 10 million, right? Yes, that's what we do. NFA, DYOR, it's a meme coin. Good luck.
Yes.
Yeah. There will be various benefits at times if you're holding buff. There is an empire build for that. I'll be dropping various things in there. So just, be aware. But this is going to be a little bit ephemeral. So
project coin, app coin, which is it? Is the project coin but more ephemeral than an app coin? Is that
I don't know.
An app more? Which app?
It's all the same. We also have a CastOut token.
You definitely don't have the flag anymore. I yoinked it. Like 3 more people have yoinked it from you. I got it. Z Willow took it from me.
Oh, I knew it was gone immediately. Yeah, I'm sure. It's all back. Also, we tend to load test things during CastOut, so things may break. Just FYI. And that's the reason, a lot of the reason I'm coordinating with some of the mini apps that we're using and letting them know, because I know that some things are going to break. Like tomorrow's thing is probably going to break. I have a feeling. I just have a feeling. But it's good. It's good for load testing. It's a good thing. All right.
Oh, I had to get a preview of what tomorrow is.
It's exciting. I'm very excited. Yeah. And we may have a guest. I'm waiting to confirm that. Okay. All right. So here's what you need to know. Make sure you're following the CastOut channel. Make sure you've added the mini app. If you're one of the players, I'll be dropping into your group chat islands in just a moment and answer any questions for you. And then just, yoink. We like the flag. It's true. We like the flag. We like the red flags in this case. And then tomorrow, actually, you'll know who the winner is tonight after 10 p.m. Eastern, but we'll announce it officially tomorrow, as well as announce the next challenge. And we won't have a vote until after the second challenge. So then there will be a vote and the tribes will vote out one of the other tribes. So while you're playing challenges, you're also building alliances and getting to know people. And that's the social part of it. So we ready to outwit, outplay, and outcast? I think we are. All right. And then I don't know slay to earn. Maybe we'll see. You don't know. I'm only going to let you know one challenge at a time. So there we go. All right, everybody. We will be back tomorrow at noon with a CastOut special. So it'll be just CastOut, about 30 minutes. We'll do all the reveals. We'll let you know. This will be a great place if you are playing along with Bracky, especially once we start doing votes. This is going to be you're going to want to watch, because that's going to be the earliest moment when like who got voted out and things like that. So really important. Anything else, Adrienne, that I may have forgotten?
Yeah, I'll just do some quick teasing of upcoming guests.
Oh,
so we're
yes.
doing,
Yes.
so we are doing kind of the CastOut show daily at noon.
Yeah.
Our regular GM Farcaster news show just will be either right before CastOut or earlier in the morning, kind of depending on the day. We have Wednesday, we're doing news in the morning, 3 hours at 8:30 Eastern. We have Tiago, who's building bonds, on Wednesday, stopping by. Scheduled that like a month ago. And so
forgot about that.
Yeah, me too. It was on our calendar. So, but super excited to have him on. He's kind of epic Farcaster builder. So he's coming on Wednesday. On Thursday, right after our CastOut show, which is going to end CastOut at noon Eastern. At 12:30, we have Aneri, who's the product lead from the Base app, coming by, one of our besties, and
Fantastic.
super excited. Yeah. So so we'll do a nice little Base app deep dive on Wednesday. No guests Friday. And then I'll just work on.
And we may have a guest tomorrow, but I can't tell you who that is. I haven't confirmed them. Second of all, it would give away the challenge. So, but we may have a guest tomorrow popping in as well. So there we go. It's going to be a crazy fun week. It's
going to be wild. Yeah.
It's going to be a lot going on. So you're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you have the GM Farcaster mini app added too, either on Base or Farcaster for notifications as well when we go live. All right. That's it. We will see you tomorrow, noon Eastern. We will be on live, and make sure to just follow along in the CastOut channel for everything else. And we'll see you then. With that, everybody, bye-bye. Thanks for joining us for this episode of GM Farcaster. And thank you to all our partners and HyperSub supporters bringing this episode to you. Follow the GM Farcaster channel for all the latest updates and add our mini app on Farcaster and the Base app. Until next time, bye-bye.